of built a whole series of different chambers here. And so we're trying to test the idea that we had the last time around, and what we want to vary is the length of this tube right here. And we want to see, so if we look at these all right next to each other, we can see that they're all equal except for this length right here on this tube. And so we're going to hook this thing up to a bottle of nitrous oxide, just because that's what we happen to have. And we're going to put some pressure inside here, and then we're going to have tubes coming up here. We're going to use what's called a manometer. So the manometer is actually one that Hasid here went ahead and he calculated, and he figured out basically like how tall this thing needs to be. We can use that to calculate what the pressure difference is between this one to this one, to the next one, to the next one. So we're going to see what this difference in length, what kind of an effect that's going to have on the pressure difference inside this chamber. Basically what we have here is, so we have 4 sets of tubes here, and each have a different length right here. So we have a length right here, this one's a little bit bigger, this one's bigger, and that one's the biggest one. And so we're going to put a regulated amount of pressure into this hole right here, and then using the manometer that Hasid just got done designing, we're going to be able to measure what the pressure difference is between what's coming in and what's coming out. And then we're going to see what the effect is of the length of this tube between here to here to here to here. Okay. And so with that, we're going to be able to better engineer the big stuff, just like what we have right here. This is one of our test pieces. We're really a little premature on this. We need to get data on these things before we really should be building this kind of stuff. That's basically what we're doing right here.
Be conscientious of the space between each hole to maximize the effectiveness.
Yeah, because the more effective it is, well, the better.
Okay.
And we're trying to put a hole between a pressurized chamber and high vacuum, and it needs without any baffling in it. That's kind of a difficult thing to do. So let's get all this stuff packed up. We need that.
And where are we going now?
We're just going to go to I-beam, because we have a bottle of nitrous oxide over there that we're going to use as our flow gas because it's nice and dry. So there's that.
So if I understand correctly, what we're doing right now is we're gonna go to I-beam, we're gonna hook these pieces up to the nitrous oxide. What machine is it, or what gas is it?
I think it is nitrous oxide, yeah.
A nitrous oxide machine?
It's a tank.
Get up to the tank, blow the air out it, see which ones perform better.
See if there's difference even.
See if there's even a difference, okay. Well, that should be cool.
It's going to be very exciting.
It'll be very exciting. Down to the basement of I-beam. Alright, oh, is this our tank right here?
Yes, it is.
So this is our tank, huh? Cool. Well, let's get those pieces hooked up then. Tubes then. So that's number 3. Cool. So we've got our 4 separate sections, all with a hole that's the same size. What's the inch? So we got 1/4 inch holes on here. Basically, what we're gonna do is hook each of these pieces up to this tank right there. Blow air through those holes and figure out how much these holes help in restricting the flow that's going through there. Maybe there's going to be a difference, maybe there's not going to be. We're gonna test and see.
Hose mating with a little hose.
Okay.
Then the big hose goes to a clear tube.
It's a clear tube.
And we're going to fill a clear tube and hose up with water. And then as the water level varies, that will tell us our pressure difference.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna find out by the level of the water.
Exactly.
Huh, cool.
So we...
Okay.
I
Oh, too tight though, maybe a little.
Let's see if it's tall enough. That's almost like perfect.
What do you know?
That should be enough.
Cool. So then what are we using the water for again?
We are using the water in the clear tube and putting pressure on the other side and measuring the change of the water level to determine the pressure in the tube.
Cool.
Hey, grab it. It works.
Our cup. And so this is the tube. So this tube here is what we're gonna measure the water level on. So depending on how much pressure, it's gonna depend on how high or low it goes.
Cute little funnel.
Oh, a cute little funnel.
Little tube on the floor is full.
Here, we might need to do. That's not a very good pouring.
It's not very good
I don't
at
know.
all.
Coffee cups are like the worst to pour.
There's a drain right here.
Oh, well, that's conveniently there's a drain right there. So spill as much as you want, I guess. Yeah. So we got water in these tubes now.
Now we need a way to measure.
So we need a way to measure, and what have we found?
2 measuring tapes.
2 measuring tapes.
Backside of this guy here. Here's our fancy scale.
That is a fancy scale. Cool. So we can measure exactly how high the water goes.
Yep. With the short one.
All right. So short one first. Let's try it out.
There it goes.
There we go.
Tighten these guys up in here. Water. Alrighty.
We can control exactly how much air is coming out, right?
How much pressure, yes.
Okay. When we were doing it before, we couldn't control how much pressure? Or we could, it just wasn't that accurate?
Right.
Okay. And how much pressure are we using?
I'm gonna start with 10 psi. We're looking here.
Okay, so 10 psi. A hole?
Put it in this hole and look and see if we get some water movement.
All right. So
we should get.
we're gonna see if we can get some water movement.
And it's creating a vacuum.
So what did it do? I couldn't quite tell.
The water level dropped. So we're actually creating a Venturi effect in here and putting a vacuum on this hose.
So instead of blowing the water up, we're actually sucking the water through here.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So that's kind of nifty. Not really what we were looking for. Not according to plan. Here, hold this up here.
Oh, nice. That matches.
Right.
Okay.
Hold that up there and we'll see how much.
So we're gonna use a lighter now to determine how much
Get
it.
it even with.
All right, so now hit it. We'll see how much it drops.
It's about an inch.
About an inch. Well, I guess I didn't zero it up, huh? So the water's actually going down, despite us thinking it was going to be pushed up.
Alright, well,
Do we know why that is?
it's creating a Venturi in here.
A Venturi, huh?
Yeah. So let's
Should we try the other
try
piece?
the next. Let's skip over the middle ones and go to the long one.
Okay.
And see if the difference is anything.
What happened was not what we expected. We're now going to try go straight to the longer one and see what happens with this one. Okay, cool. Then we're gonna blow through there and then we'll take a look at what's happening to the water level. Yeah, let's get that.
And it's doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it do much of anything at all.
There's a difference between a short tube and a long tube.
Okay, that is what we can learn from this for sure. Seems to be having the exact opposite effect
That we were expecting.
yes. Yeah. Huh. That there is a difference in the tubes because the small tube sucked a lot of water down,
Yeah.
whereas the largest tube didn't suck anything down.
So this one,
I'm gonna guess like 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch.
I'm agreeing with you on that one.
All right.
second shortest.
Second shortest, and let's see what's going on. Should we get our little ruler?
Yeah.
All right, we got our sophisticated Bic ruler here, and we're gonna get on the ground and we're gonna measure. All right, so we're gonna level it out here, and hopefully this is focused. Probably not, but all right, hit it.
So as we guessed, about a half-inch of vacuum.
Yeah, so it went down about that much.
All right.
Back to the shop.
Back to the shop.
First person shooter right here. So what can we conclude from our experiment?
So that Ian was wrong.
Ian was wrong.
He was expecting to see pressure, and we ended up seeing vacuum.
Do we think like the results correlate though to the information we're still looking to get?
I think that, I don't know.
Well, we shall see. Oh, of course. Can't open the door. So, okay, and so I remember and so I understand the shorter tubes sucked more water than the longer tubes.
Yep.
Okay.
By a lot.
By a lot, yeah. Because the short one was like an inch or more, and the big one didn't even move anything, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so there's a difference between the tubes. Just
So
sucked
there's
water as opposed to blowing the water out.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we'll see what Ian has to say about that.